Welcome to Amoso Real Talk. My name is Amoso Eunice. Thank you so much for loving Amoso Real Talk. Thank you for your support. I will not stop thanking you because it is so overwhelming how you support, how you watch our videos, how you love us. We really appreciate. It's only God who can bless you. For me, I would like to say a big thank you to the team that makes Amoso Real Talk happen. And you too, may the good Lord bless you. And I would like to thank the sponsors that are trusting Amoso Real Talk with their products. Thank you so much, and may the good Lord still bless you. I would like to inform you about Industrial Machines Uganda. Industrial Machines Uganda, they deal in all sorts of machineries that you'd like to have. Are you starting up an industrial company? They have heavy-duty industrial shredders. They have used engine oil recycling plants. They have vegetable oil extraction plant, and so much more. For more details, go to www.industrialmachinesuganda.com or send them an email, uganda@allmachinery.com, or send Mr. Ikonyat as their MD. Send him a message at ikonyatfestus@gmail.com. Visit there. For you who is in Uganda, it's very easy for you. Go to Dinner Apartments, B4, plot 133 in Tinda, Kampala, Uganda. WhatsApp them or call them on +256 773 723 557. Industrial Machines Uganda, for all your industrial products or equipment. Well, then we thank you for Amoso Eunice Foundation. Amoso Eunice Foundation is also part of the sponsors of Amoso Real Talk. Amoso Eunice Foundation, we deal in charity. We take care of children, we pay school fees, we take care of people who are needy in one way or the other. So would you like to know more about Amoso Eunice Foundation? Send us an email at amosoeunicefoundation@gmail.com. Well, thank you very much. And for all of you who would like to be our sponsors on Amoso Real Talk, we welcome you. You have small or big businesses, we welcome you, because we have to build this together. Send us an email at amosorealtalk@gmail.com if you'd like us to, your business to be part of Amoso Real Talk, or your initiative to be part of Amoso Real Talk. Send us an email at amosorealtalk@gmail.com, and our WhatsApp numbers will be going down the screen. You will see them. Just send us a message and we will be able to get back to you. Thank you so much. Now on Amoso Real Talk today, I am here to talk about one thing that is happening in the UAE, or it may not be only here, also across, should be Uganda, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, everywhere. This is something that happens and people take it for granted. People don't take it serious. People are not kind anymore, and I don't know why. So the topic today that I would like to talk about is people retrieving or taking money from people, promising them jobs, and yet they don't get them jobs. This is something that has become, it's abnormal and it has become normal. So I would like to have a discussion about it in my own perspective. Now, this is what I think. Someone leaves their country or anywhere. It could be someone in Uganda, it could be in Kenya, it could be anywhere. Someone comes looking for a job. It means that person is in need of something. And for you to tell the person that if you need this, you know that you have the ability to help the person, and then you ask them for money in exchange of a job, and then you don't give them the job, or you don't get them the job, and you run away, you switch off your phone numbers. It's really not fair. There's something that is called empathy and sympathy, and then we have compassion. Now, empathy is the ability, you know, to understand someone's feelings and emotions or situations that someone is going through, because you fit in the shoes of the person. you relate to a situation because probably you might have gone through the situation yourself. Then there is sympathy. It is a feeling of sorrow, of pity towards that person. You may not have been through the same thing or same situation, but you just relate and try to understand. You see, to sympathize is to have pity or sorrow towards the situation that someone is going through. And then the outmost that covers it up is called compassion. So being compassionate is having the ability to think that you can do something. So someone tells you their situation, and either you are empathetic, meaning you have been through the same thing and you relate to it, and then you're like, what can I do about this? And then there is someone telling you about a situation, and then you sympathize with them and you're like, oh my God. You pity them. You feel the sorrow. It's a feeling of sorrow. It's a feeling of sorrow and it's a feeling of pity. So the act of you thinking that, what can I do about this? Can I help this person? That's the idea of you thinking like, what can be done? That is what they call compassion. But then it baffles me how someone can pretend to be compassionate towards someone's situation and then tell them to give them money in exchange of something, and at the end of the day you don't give it to the person. So what are you creating at the end of the day? Are you adding to the sorrow, or you're creating a situation? The person, now we are talking about job hunting. The person is already stressed enough, and she's already he or she is already in a situation of pity. You have to pity them because the fact that they are looking for something to do, they don't have what to do. They need to bring food on the table. They have bills to pay and they don't have a job, and they are moving left, right, and center, trying to move CVs, trying to drop CVs, trying to search east, west to find something to do. And then that is already enough. And then you pretend to be compassionate, that what am I going to do about this? And then you tell the person that, you know what, if you can get a such and such amount of money, I will help you to get a job. Because this person is desperate. Now the person goes into a situation, a mode of desperation, because they have, the pressure is too much on them. So they get desperate, and perhaps they have this small upkeep left on them. So because you have promised them something something that will be productive to them, so they sit down and consider, and they're like, if I keep this much amount of money, it will not be of importance because it will get finished. So, but if this person is going to give me a job, because of the desperation the person has, they'll be forced to get that little money, and they will give it to you because they know this, what they're going to get is long term. It's something that is going to be coming, bringing in income. And then you disappoint them. It's like you're adding sorrow. So what are you doing? You're adding sorrow to somebody's wound. You're creating a very worse situation. You're creating a situation in someone's life that is so hard to deal with. Let's say someone is in an outside country. It's not like home, for instance. Someone is outside there. There's no family. There is no mom to run to. There's no one to call. You don't know how much this person spent in terms of time, in terms of selling off their assets to go out there and try to look for greener pastures for themselves and their family. And then you rip them off of something small. Perhaps you promise them a job and they don't have the money, but they call home and they tell their people that, you know what, sell ABCD and let me get this job. And what do? You switch off your phone, you blue tick their messages and you don't respond, and you you ignore them completely. What do you want them to do? At the end of the day, you're sending someone into a place of depression. You're affecting them mentally. When you take someone's money and the person gets hurt and the person is crying, let's say situations like someone leaves and then you tell them come, they pay all expenses, they travel far miles away from their home, and then you disappear. You know where to pick them, you know where to do anything for them, and you promise them a job. It's not fair. It goes to even all companies that take people abroad or say they get jobs for people, and at the end of the day, after paying all the expenses, all the bills you ask them, and then nothing happens. You're sending people to depression. You're creating mental health. So where is the empathy? Because like we said from the beginning, empathy is the ability to identify and understand someone's situation. Whereas sympathy, on the other hand, is the feeling of pity and sadness or sorrow towards the person's situation. And then we talked about compassion, which covers it up. Like, compassion is this ability that comes in you and says, what can I do? You feel like you really need to do something. You feel you need to try. If it's just giving them $1 to go and buy something, or a bottle of water, you're like, because the compassion in you says, I can give you $1, just go and buy a bottle of water and drink it. That is compassion. So where is the compassion when you actually tell someone that I can get you a job? At the end of the day, you run away from them. At the end of the day, you block them. At the end of the day, you go mute on them. Let's be kind. Kindness is free of charge. You know, as they say, what goes around comes around. So today it's this person in a situation. You can never tell what will happen tomorrow. This world rotates like this. You never can tell when you're in the corner, when you're the one needing sympathy from the other person on the other side. You can never tell what will happen tomorrow. So let's try as much as possible to be kind to one another. Kindness is free of charge. And remember, today you're here, tomorrow you're not there. Whatever you're doing today, somebody has done it long time ago. Whatever position you're in, so many people have been there and they have gone, and you too, you will go. But the question is, how are you going? What impact do you leave? What change do you create? Of what help have you been to society? You really don't have to be so kind to only people that you know. You need to be kind to anyone. You don't have to be kind because you expect something in return. You don't have to be kind because you think that this person, she can help me tomorrow or he can help me tomorrow. No. Kindness should be free of charge. It's of zero cost. Let's be kind. Let's be absolutely compassionate without favors. Let's try to be genuinely sympathetic of others when they're going through situations. You might not have been through that situation. That is why it's sympathetic. It's sympathy. That it's something you just try to understand. That, oh my God, you might not have been through that situation, but you never can tell when you will be in that situation tomorrow, and this other person, the other corner, will have to be the person you run to for help. But how will they render help to you when you treated them bad? When you took something away from them, and you know, when you pay for something and get it and lose it, at the end of the day, it's different than you paying for something and you don't get it completely. And also you'll be like, okay, maybe it was my fault that this passed through my hands, or maybe it wasn't for me, but not someone trying to convince you when you're in a state of need, a state of desperation. You know, days are counting, you don't have money, you have bills to pay, you don't have anything, and someone promises you something and tells you, I'm going to get you a job, and then takes money from you and then disappears and then gets quiet. It's really not good. It affects people mentally. We send people to depression. We send people into depression without thinking. We are so heartless in these times. I don't know why. We don't have also the fear of God, because when you have the fear of God, there are things you ought not to do because of the fear of hellfire. You're like, no matter the religion you believe in, when you have the fear of God, there is a way you compose, there is a way you feel accountable of each and every act that you do, because you know that tomorrow I can be here and the next day I'm no more. That is just life. You wake up today, you're in a position, you're in a situation, you have power, you have authority, and then tomorrow it's gone, it's vanished. That's why they tell us that things of this world are just vanity. They just disappear. But when you have God inside you, I think I would advise people of that kind, people who are heartless, people who don't have kindness in them, to try to go back to God. Try and repent. Try and be better people, because it's never late. Each one of us can always try to be a better person. Let's try to be better each and every day that passes. Let's try to be accountable of the actions that we do. Let's try to be accountable, because when you take accountability of an act that you have done, and you know that this act is going to affect somebody, you even God forgives you. There is a way things will work well for you. But just imagine the tears that you make people cry because you lied to them. Someone cries just because of little money, and you take all curses upon yourself, and which curses will go not only to you, but they will go to your generation. Believe me, you always have to pay for the mistakes that you do. We always have to pay for the bad behaviors that we do. Everything that is not right, that hurts another person, that you do and you don't take accountability for it, believe me or not, God will definitely make you accountable for it someday. It might take years. It can take, don't bring curses to your children. Don't bring bad luck to your generation because of something small, something that you can just tell someone, you know what, I feel so bad of the situation you're going through. I sympathize with you, but I wish I could do something, but there's nothing I can do other than giving people false hopes. So what am I trying to say today? What I'm trying to say is, let's try to be more kind to one another. Let's try to be honest with one another. Let's try to understand genuinely what people are going through. When someone comes and is someone looking for a job, comes to your office, knocks the door, comes to your company, comes to your restaurant, comes to your whatever place it is, if you really know that you're not going to help them, please just tell them, you know what, I feel the pain, I understand what you're going through, but I cannot help. I wish I could. That person will be happy. Even the fact that you gave them ears, even the fact that you tried to feel it on their behalf, it's enough. And that person will be more encouraged. Even just a word of encouragement is enough than you pretending to want to help, yet actually you don't take money from someone who's looking for a job. Like, seriously, you don't do that. It is not right. You don't take money from someone who is looking for a job. Someone looking for a job means that they are looking for means of survival. They have bills to take care of. They have children to take care of. They have parents to take care of. They have their own selves to take care of. And they have dreams to pursue just like you. And are you who is in that position, who is in that situation of helping them at that point in time? Mental health, I want to tell you, is real. You don't know how far people come from and how much they have been through in their lives, how tough life has kicked them east, west, and west and center, north, south. You don't know. And then you do something that like that to someone, you take away someone's money. You don't even know how that person struggled to get that money. Maybe he or she borrowed that money from someone with the hopes that, yes, I'm sure I'm going to get this job, and once I start working, I'm going to pay you back. And then you just disappear with someone's money. What do you expect them to do? You see, you send people to depression, you send people to suicide, you send people to so many things. Mental health is real. Mental health is real, and we say no to all things that cause mental health. Mental health is not only caused by drug addiction. Mental health is caused by, and depression too is real. So let's be very, very critical with people's mental health. Let's be very critical with people's side of stability mentally. Let's not create more depression into people's lives. So, with that said, I want to say, let's be kind. Let's go back to God. You know, when you have God, there is a way you're composed. There is a way you feel shy to do certain things. There is a way you feel accountable. You feel someone is there watching over you. And to be honest with you, there is no way we can be kind unless we go back to God. Let's go back to God. Let's go back to reading, for the Muslims, reading the Quran, for the Christians, Bibles, for all religions, whatever you believe in, go back and learn to go closer to your God. And the more you draw closer to God, you'll find that you change. You find your surrounding changes. Things that you used to do, you will still stay away from them. You will feel real compassion to help people. You will feel really, really honest kindness towards people. You will feel honest sympathy towards people. But remember, like we said, what goes around always comes around. Treat people nice, treat people well, be honest to people, understand what they are going through. You may not be in it, but you never can tell. Yes, because we all don't know what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be here, tomorrow you're not there anymore. So with that said, I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for listening. I want to thank you for being good viewers. I want to thank you for supporting Amoso Real Talk, and I want to thank you for all your love and support. Please do not forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Send us an email at amosorealtalk@gmail.com if you want to be our sponsor, or if you want to inquire anything, or you want to us to visit you and you want us to tell a story, because everyone has a story to tell. And remember, we inspire you at the comfort of your phone. I would like to once again tell you about Industrial Machines Uganda. Visit them. Visit Industrial Machines Uganda. Send them an email. Contact them for your machinery services. So Industrial Machines Uganda, they deal in all kinds of industrial machinery, edible oil extraction, edible oil refinery, solvent extraction plants, poultry and animal plant, and so on. So go to their website, www.industrialmachinesuganda.com. Send them an email at uganda@allmachinery.com. Send Mr. Ikonyat Festus an email at ikonyatfestus@gmail.com. For you in Kampala, Uganda, you can visit them directly to their offices, Dinner Apartments, B4 Plot 133 in Tinda, Kampala, Uganda. Send them a message or call them on +256 773 723 557. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for your support. And Amoso Eunice Foundation is also our sponsor. We thank you, Amoso Eunice Foundation, for sponsoring Amoso Real Talk. Amoso Eunice Foundation, it's a charity organization. It's a non-government organization, takes care of children, takes care of people who are in need in all ways. We support in everything possible, in any small way that we can. So for inquiries, send an email at amosoeunicefoundation@gmail.com. Thank you. It's been me, your host, Amoso Eunice from Amoso Real Talk, the great team that makes Amoso Real Talk happen. I want to say a very big thank you to you, our producers, our editor, our videographer, and Amoso Eunice manager. Thank you so much. We love you.